Hiya folks, I'm Grim, and welcome to Grim Grooves, a channel where I react to and review music of all kinds. Today we'll be checking out the Reverberation Ensemble from Library of Ruina. You guys said this was a fantastic one, and I'm excited to check this out because you guys giving me a good recommendation always blows me away, and this will probably be no different. So I'm excited to check this out. And if you got anything else you'd like me to check out, throw it down in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. It helps show that you guys are enjoying what I'm making, and I can continue doing this and making more content from Library of Ruina and all the other Project Moon games and stuff like that. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. Without their help, I wouldn't be able to continue doing this either. So thank you all very much. And without further ado, let's check out the Reverberation Ensemble. I'm thinking this is probably a boss battle because this is so intense and it's already shifted up so much in the first minute. Like, and the percussion's so heavy and like the strings in the background just sound so fantastic. Like, this is so cool. And just, yeah, all these distorted elements coming in, just changing things up, and yeah, it's really interesting. It's interesting that there's like an undercurrent of like some kind of, again, it feels like a distortion, like maybe it's a guitar or something like that, just like very heavy, very crunchy, and it's like doo-doo, doo-doo, like I don't know, it's just it's really interesting to be underneath this main like string melody that's just fantastic and very like very high energy. It's like a slight harp melody underneath too. I think that it also sounds great. Before we get too far away from it, I really enjoyed the organ coming in, the bells a little bit ago, and now we're getting back into the kind of that main melody with just the same kind of thing we heard like maybe a minute and a half ago, and it's, I think, a little bit different, but it sounds fantastic nonetheless. that was just the first one, and that was fantastic already. Like the way that the strings kind of went a little crazy there near the end, and everything kind of built up and to a crescendo, and it just sounded fantastic. Like, I'm curious, like, I believe this is probably some kind of like multiple boss situation, like maybe you fight 4 bosses in a row or something like that, because there's obviously 4 parts with 4 different names, so that's the vibe I get. But regardless, like, number 1 there, Asiyah or whatever, like, that was incredible. Like, I'm curious, I have a feeling all of these will be incredible, so let's keep going and find out. The drums are so heavy in this one, and that melody from the strings before the violin melody was so incredible. Like, I'm sure that they'll bring it back and working it into more of this song, but yeah, that was just a fantastic string melody overall. Like, this is also really good. Such a high energy and intense song, like, not hugely intense, like not the type of thing necessarily you hear in like a huge action movie, but there's still like a lot of, like, it's obviously some kind of like frantic high energy like sequence that you're going through here, or like an intense boss battle or something like that, because these strings are just very like fast paced and very high energy. Like, it definitely gives that the feel of struggle a little bit, and like a little bit of like resolve, like resolution, like you're doing this but you don't necessarily know why, or maybe you don't want to, but it's because what you need to do, kind of thing. It's the vibe I get. But it's absolutely beautiful melodies here. How getting near the end we start to hear like the choir in the background kind of just vocalizing specific things, and then the strings pick up even more and start doing more variety in the style of the strings, and of course the drums have been adding intensity this entire song, like, and it's just very good percussion in the background. Like, this is excellent. that was another excellent song. Like fantastic string melodies, just over like abounding for that one. Like so many amazing sections there, and yeah, that was just excellent. I'm curious what this next one will be, because we're halfway through now and we got 2 more of these, and yeah, so far it's been amazing. Organs. That's a fantastic string melody, just saying, that violin, I believe, but there's a lot more emotion from it. Like it feels a little bit more sad than the other ones have. Like so far it's been like fairly high action, like battle music kind of thing, but this feels a little more like again, mournful, a little bit more sad. But this could just be the string sound, but regardless, it's beautiful. That was an intense section we just got through there. Like just the way that it built so intensely, like because it went from being again just this mournful kind of string melody here, and then kind of built things up and went a little crazy. And the percussion and throughout this entire reverberation ensemble is so heavy, like so many good percussion sections just throughout this entire thing. But yeah, the strings here, like it's so fantastic, and the way that they're building and stuff, like yeah, so interesting. It's like the story these strings are telling. It's like there's sadness there, but now we're getting to almost like a feeling of redemption and hopefulness within these strings. Like things are sad, things are tough or something like that, but you'll overcome them. And I don't know, like I wonder if that's the kind of the tale of this character that we are fighting here. But I don't know, it's very beautiful regardless. Little bit of modification on these strings, making it kind of echo a little bit more, just round out the sound a little bit more. It sounds so incredible. Like it just helps add more of a range and more of a broadness to the sound of that violin, and it sounds incredible. Like wow. Damn. Yeah, I think so far Atziluth is my favorite part of this because it just, I don't know, those strings were so beautiful, like, and the way that it was so mournful and kind of built in different moods and things like that, and just, yeah, these intense drums throughout the whole thing are also exceptional. Like, it just keeps carrying through, and I'm curious if we'll get the same kind of fast-paced, high-energy drum beats from this one. Let's see. This one feels like the culmination of all the others. Like, it seems like it has elements from each of the other kind of sequences here, but they're all kind of in the background. Like, there's no real foremost, like, forefront melody that's kind of carrying the whole thing. It's just kind of elements of the other ones, it seems like to me at this point. That was a fantastic organ melody, and like the slight kind of like distorted electronic guitar in the background too, or something like that. Like, I believe that's what it is, but it's a great little addition to kind of add this like confusion aspect, or like, again, this distortion, something's not right feeling to this melody. It's very good. This string melody is fantastic. Like, this song has just been very dynamic, shifting up styles and kind of building in interesting ways. Kind of, like I said, it seems like it's incorporating different elements of all three of the other fights. Like, I wonder if this might be the leader of them or something like that, or like helped to create them, or I don't know, something like that, because it definitely gives me that vibe where there's like certain elements from each of these that are now in, like, all meshed together in this in different ways, and super interesting and really well done. It just ends. That's crazy. Like, it was a fantastic song overall and so interesting. I want to go back to that shot of all the characters, because I'm curious, like, I'm assuming that 4 of these might be 4 of the bosses that you fight in this game, or in these battles here, but they're just such interesting character designs for each of these characters too. Like, I just wanted to mention that. But this song was also excellent. Like, it was really interesting, again, the way that it seemed to incorporate different elements of all the other oones, and there was still kind of the similar drum melody, although it wasn't as heavy-handed as it was in the other songs, like the doom, da-doom, da-doom. Like, I don't know, it was really good. Like, and all the different elements just kind of worked really well together and kind of, I don't know, in harmony throughout all of these. Like, because they used similar soundscapes for most of these. Like, some parts had organs more heavily than others, some had more strings than others, but like, it was all very unique and cohesive throughout the whole thing. And then you get to the very end, and it's like different elements of all of them are kind of coalescing together with the undercurrent of like that electric guitar distortion going on there, and like the strings are kind of similar but a little more, a little bit less emotional, except for near the very end there. Like, there was a bit of like that string section near the very end of this last song that definitely had some emotion coming out of it, like some sadness and things like that, some like maybe regret feelings, I'm not sure, but it was absolutely beautiful regardless. Like, the whole thing was just stunning. Like, and just to go from each different one seemed to focus a little bit more on one instrument or another, and the way that they flowed together was just so beautiful. Like, from one song to the next, like, you could kind of hear elements of the other ones carrying forward, but they were all so unique in their own way. Even this last one, even though it had a lot of elements from the other ones, it still kind of set itself apart in some ways too, and it was equally as fantastic. Like I said, I still think my favorite is Atziluth, because just the heavy strings and the emotion in those strings and stuff like that was just beautiful. But overall, this was entirely incredible. Like, the entire thing was fantastic. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, watching my reaction. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And until next time, later days, folks.